Hello, everyone. I hope you are having an amazing day. Pardon me while I just double check that this live stream is working because you never know. I'm using a new software, and while I get acquainted with it, I want to make sure that it is serving you in the best way possible. So it looks like it's working. Let me just make sure my sound is working here. I got one of those Amazon Fire tablets, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In the meantime, while I get other things started, I would love to hear an update. How's your week going? Are you focusing on submitting to stages? It's so easy to just leave that on your vision board and go, oh, yeah, I want to be speaking, but not actually doing anything to move that ahead. So it looks like I'm having a little bit of an issue here. Hello, those that are watching on Instagram. I am just double checking that this is working. If you could let me know in the chat, can you see me? Can you hear me? Making sure that I have the right input going on for audio. Please let me know. The last stream I did, it did not go through my headphones, so it did not sound as good. Yeah, it's working, kids. It's working. Awesome. Well, welcome. I am so happy to be here with you. Please let me know where you're at, how you're doing. I am monitoring all of the different chats, which is a really cool feature from this software as well. And I'll be doing a write-up of this software pretty soon. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so today what we're going to be chatting about is what to do when you don't know what your signature talk should be. I hear this all the time. People going, Michelle, I literally have no idea. I know I'm meant to be a public speaker. I know I'm meant to be an author. I know that I'm meant to be a visible brand, but I have no freaking clue what to speak about. It can feel really confusing. And the first thing I want to tell you is the good news is I am hosting a challenge. It starts on Monday. My friend Amber and I are going to be jumping into a private Facebook group. So go to bit.ly/stage by summer. And that way we can get much more in depth with you. We're very heart-centered people. She's all about heart. I'm all about results. So we love taking action and helping you do that. So this challenge is going to help you solidify your signature talk so much more than just this live stream. So be sure to hang out with me over there, okay? All right, so if you're struggling with what your signature talk should be, there are a couple things that I need you to focus on. The first one is I need you to breathe. There is never going to be, like, you're going to have a light bulb moment, but understand that things are going to change. I got selected to do a TEDx preview talk in Las Vegas last summer, and that was wonderful, and I'm really glad that I did that, but that even taught me to be even more specific with the TEDx talk I got in New York that next November. So things are going to morph and change, and don't feel like whatever you've submitted to either a speaking opportunity or to TEDx is the be-all, end-all, right? My talk changed about 50 times before I delivered the one on stage. So please don't feel that pressure that there's no flexibility. There's a lot of flexibility. The other thing that I hear from people is that they feel that once they decide on this one signature talk, that's all they can do for the rest of their lives. That also is not true. Unfortunately, I think that we try to box ourselves in. There's two problems. One is we try to make our talk too broad so we can talk about all of our expertise and everything that we can do. The other problem is once you do finally niche down to a signature talk, you feel like that's the only thing you can talk about. Not true. The stages I've booked in the past 6 months have primarily been focusing on color psychology. People are very interested in that, and that's one of the top things that I'm known for in my speech. Fantastic. But I also got asked to be on a stage just a few months ago to talk about the inner workings behind visibility blocks. That was a custom talk I was able to create to talk about something totally different. So don't feel like you have to be boxed in. But if you want to book a TEDx stage this year, you're going to have to find that signature talk. So I'm going to talk about a student of mine and a friend. Her name is Tiffany Purdy. She is absolutely incredible, and her expertise is in, I don't know a ton about this, so forgive me, but it's in like human design, astrological charts, and that kind of stuff, right? So as she's shaping her TEDx talk, we were chatting because she's having to shape it out and figure out what her title and what the structure is going to be. And I told her, I said, really focus on the title because there's so many more people submitting to TEDx now than there even was a year ago that your submission needs to be on fire. And the best way that you can do that is with a kick-ass title. So her podcast is called Emotional Authority, right? So for me, Kayla's saying that's my coach. That's fantastic, Kayla. I love Tiffany. You know that. She's amazing. I said, girl, it's all about the emotional authority. You need to weave that into your title because there's not a ton of people talking about that on the TEDx stage right now. So instead of making it more general, talking about family alchemy and, just overall emotional acceptance and all that, you need to say something like become your own emotional authority or something like that. You see what I'm saying? So for my entrepreneurs who are watching, who are like, I know that I need to give a TEDx talk, but I'm a health coach and I can't be specific enough, or I'm a life coach and I'm worried about being able to be specific. This is definitely going to help you. I want you to write down the top 2 things that you talk about in your business. I don't care if you're a coach, you're a course creator, you write books, whatever it is, write out those 2 top things. So I'm going to take a health coach for an example, okay? And let's say that you specifically focus on food and mindset. Those are very general, right? But we can make that much more specific. Once you have those 2 top categories, so we're saying food and mindset, well, what do you specialize in speaking about in regards to food? Maybe you specialize in talking about a really important relationship that your body needs to have with food. Maybe you talk about, like in my past, since I also have a natural healing degree, I would say, well, I love talking about what specific foods relate to healing specific organs. Okay, so we're going to use that as an example. Then under mindset, maybe you love talking about meditation. If it were me, I love talking about neuroscience and quantum mechanics in terms of what you can do in meditation and all that. So I'm getting much more specific under the 2 main platforms of what I love speaking about, right? Is this making sense? Put an emoji below if this is making sense to you. Then what I would do is I would break that down even further. And I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to look at the food stuff. I'm going to look at the mindset stuff. Those are 2 possible signature talks. It doesn't mean I can't do both, but I need to start with one. So maybe I'm going to start with the food one and your relationship to food. Remember how I said specifically for me, what I love talking about is the relationship that food has to specific organs, right? So if I'm going to go even deeper into that, I might think about, okay, a lot of people have issues with, let's say, anger. Anger in the body tends to resonate the most in the gallbladder. The gallbladder hosts a lot of the anger. It also hosts our alkaline bile in our stomach for digestion. And the food that helps that the most is raspberries. So maybe one of my signature talks is about healing the anger in your life through specific foods and something. I don't even know off the top of my head right now. I'm so tired from a day of coaching. But do you see what I'm saying? Making it more and more and more specific. You don't have to have the perfect title right now, but what I need you to do is transition from I want to be a public speaker to this is what I'm going to launch my career speaking about. Because you need to have that transition in order to actually start making something happen, right? You can keep coaching. You can keep releasing courses. You can keep doing what you're doing, and that's fine. That isn't necessarily going to stop when you become a public speaker, but being a public speaker is going to open the doors to so many other possibilities, collaborations, audience. You're not going to have to work as hard on your visibility because you've put in the work for speaking and you're booking stages. Are you hearing me? Drop in the comments below if you're hearing me. Even if you're on replay, hashtag replay, chat with me below because I want you to make this transition. So me and my friend Amber are hosting the Stage by Summer Challenge that starts on Monday. So be sure to get your buttons in there. It's bit.ly/stage by summer. But this is what I want to make abundantly clear. This is not going to just happen. I tend to attract a lot of projectors, visionaries, dreamers, adventurers, whatever quiz human type that you take. And the nice thing about that is that you guys are totally ready to risk it all and jump out there on stage. The problem, you're waiting for the opportunity to present itself to you, right? And you're tending to lead more by emotion. There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem that can happen is that you don't take action. You do not initiate this happening in your career. And I want to encourage you to finally take that action for yourself. You can utilize someone like me to give you that good kick in the buns and show you exactly how to do it, but I can't make you do it, right? That's up to you. So that's what I would love for you to do today is start breaking down step by step what you think would be a great signature talk according to your niche and what you already specialize in. Once you have an idea of that, you're going to start feeling much more confident. And if you want more in-depth coaching and you want feedback on your specific talk, then I need you in the Stage by Summer Challenge. So if you're watching on Instagram, you go to the link in my bio. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube or on LinkedIn, feel free to hop on over to bit.ly/stage by summer. Otherwise, PM me. I'm happy to send you the link. That's where I would love to see you because I want to come in one-on-one and help you build this so that by Friday, next Friday, you're starting to submit to TEDx. So you guys ready for this? If you have any questions about today's live stream, drop them below. I am so happy to answer them. In the meantime, I'm going to get going. Things to do, things to build, but just know how much I appreciate you and how I believe that that message that was put on your heart, that mission is meant to be out there in the world. And there's no one that can do that except you. But I'm happy to show you how and to cheerlead you on. So in the meantime, I'm going to get going. Thanks so much for being here. Feel free to drop any questions or comments below, and I will see you inside of the Stage by Summer Challenge.